If you spent over $100 on headphones in the last 2 years, this video is going to ruin your week. A $15 pair of speakers selling for $350. A $3 billion acquisition built on a logo, not on sound. A frequency response test where the most expensive headphones on the market lost to a pair that cost $60. 5 brands ranked from overpriced to obscene, each one exposed by the gap between what it costs to build and what you handed over at checkout. And 5 brands at the end that actually deserve your money. Let's start with the one your favorite influencers paid to recommend. Skullcandy's entire pitch is attitude, not audio. Their headphones cost just $6.20 to build: drivers, Bluetooth chip, battery, plastic shell, all stamped out in the same Dongguan factory as Amazon Basics. Yet the price tag reads $199, 4 times the build cost, with most of the difference funneled into influencer deals and flashy ads. Lab tests from Rtings and SoundGuys confirm the sound, bass heavy and muddy, nothing close to studio quality. Skullcandy spends 5 times more on marketing than research, selling a look, not performance. Bose's Quiet Comfort Ultra is assembled in Mexico and Shenzhen, with parts costing from $38 to $43, including magnesium, a custom active noise cancellation chip, and a proprietary driver. Retail is $449. That is a 5.5 times markup. Noise canceling is strong, 31 decibels, but Sony's $349 headphones match or beat it for less. Bose pours $210 million into global advertising, outspending its research and development by a landslide. The price buys a legacy, not innovation. Apple AirPods Max cost $649 at retail, $68.90 in parts, and $8 to assemble. Apple's own filings show an 88% margin. The battery can drain up to 20% daily, even when unused. No power button, no repair transparency. Marketing budgets eclipse audio engineering. Not reference sound, just an aluminum status symbol that needs constant charging. Beats is the poster child for celebrity markup. The bolt teardown peels back the curtain. Inside you find a Knowles driver, $2. A Qualcomm chip, $3 more. The rest is plastic, a battery, and a Bluetooth board. The total bill of materials is $14 to $18, yet you are paying $399. That is a markup ratio of nearly 20 to 1. $19 in parts, $380 in hype. The math is not subtle. For every dollar spent on research, Beats spends $18 on marketing, on endorsements, Instagram takeovers, and glossy ad campaigns. You are not buying audio accuracy. You are buying a logo, a lifestyle, in the illusion of exclusivity. Bang Olufsen takes the gouge to gallery levels. The Beoplay H95 is wrapped in Italian calfskin, polished aluminum, and luxury packaging. The parts list reads like a mid-tier model with AAC drivers, Qualcomm DSP, and Knowles microphones. Less than $65 in total component cost. The retail sticker price is $799. That is a 13-fold markup for the privilege of owning a museum piece. Independent lab tests rank the H95 sound below Sennheiser and Focal, brands that cost half as much. The price buys showroom mystique, not reference performance. You are not buying engineering. You are buying a sculpture for your ears. Sennheiser publishes everything: driver specs, frequency response charts, distortion numbers. No marketing fog, no influencer circus. The HD 660S2 runs a flat response, no boosted bass, no fake sparkle. Total harmonic distortion is less than 0.03% at 1 kHz. That is cleaner than anything in the so-called luxury tier. Studio engineers trust these for a reason. You are not guessing what is inside, you are hearing it. Sony's WH-1000XM5 does not just talk about noise canceling, it buries the competition. 35 decibels of ambient sound erased, verified by Rtings and the Headphone Show. Bose cannot beat it, not at any price. Sony's retail markup is 3.5 times build cost. Not cheap, but every dollar goes into the tech, not a celebrity endorsement. Battery life, 30 hours with active noise cancellation on. Numbers, not hype. Audio-Technica's ATH-M50X is the workhorse of recording studios everywhere. 2.5 times markup, not 10 times. The same pair survives years of daily use. No mystery drivers, no secret sauce. Just published specs and a global reputation built on actual performance. When a brand lays out the blueprint and invites independent testing, you are not buying a logo. You are buying proof. Beyerdynamic does not play the branding game. They publish a full service manual for the DT770 Pro with exploded diagrams, torque specs, and every part number. Headband worn out? Order a replacement. Earpads shredded? New ones shipped direct from Beyerdynamic's own parts portal. Detachable cable fails? Swap it in minutes. No glue, no proprietary screws, no hostage hardware. Their repair? Your headphones program even buys back old pairs for refurbishing. Over 40% of DT770 Pros are returned, rebuilt, and sent back out. Proof that you are buying a tool, not a disposable fashion piece. This is German engineering for the long haul, not a landfill cycle. Anker's Soundcore Space One takes budget transparency to the next level. The iFixit teardown found 12 screws, almost no glue, and every major part, battery, driver, Bluetooth board plugs in. Anker lists spare batteries and drivers on its website, with part numbers and prices up front. Its repairability score is 7.5 out of 10. Compare that to AirPods Max at 3 or Beats at 4. For $99, you get 24 hours of battery life, active noise cancellation that beats most mid-tiers, and a design built for users, not for obsolescence. This is what value looks like when a brand invests in service, not just status. You are not paying for a logo. You are paying for years of real use. Right now, every dollar you spend is a vote for hype or for honesty. Marketing does not improve sound. Data does. Demand receipts, demand proof, or keep paying for the logo. Your move.